Hey everyone, welcome to the video. I hope you guys had a great opening day. I feel like we were on all the right plays yesterday, so I hope you had a really good day. Let me know in the comments if you did. Before we continue, if you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate that. And also, it's about to be the weekend, so that means it's time for NASCAR, and I'm big into NASCAR, and we've been having a really good year with that, so I'd recommend being on the lookout for those videos soon. So anyway, let's get back into the sheet. Starting off with the pitchers, I have Garrett Cole as my number one. I think a lot of people will too for obvious reasons. It's really just for the same reasons we like Verlander yesterday. They're both hard-throwing righties with high strikeout rates, and the Tampa Bay offense is absolutely terrible. It's a good pitcher's park and low Vegas total, so there's nothing not to like here. He's also a favorite. But he can be a little bit more wild than Verlander, so I don't think he's as much of a slam dunk safe play, but he's pretty darn close to it. Then we also have Marquez versus Miami, and it's a great pitcher's park, and man, was this guy good last year. He has a 27% strikeout rate, and this Miami offense is terrible. They have no power at all, and their ISO is around 100, team ISO, and just all around, it's a really bad lineup. They strike out a ton as well, so I think we can have double-digit K upside. And then Joey Lucchesi, we really have to like this guy if we like Lowry yesterday, and Lowry did really good. He got about 20 points at 5,600, and so Lucchesi is a much better version of Lauer, and he can actually strike out people. He has a nice strikeout rate of 26% compared to Lauer, it was sub 20. The Giants have 103 ISO versus lefties, and the lineup is just really bad. I mean, some of the guys in that lineup, Michael Reed, Connor Joe, just very, very bad lineup. And also Holland is pitching on the other side of him, so I really like his W upside. So then if we go to catcher, it's just an ugly position. I do like Buster Posey at 4,000 just because he's going against a lefty, but again, I'm not going to use him much if I'm using Lucchesi because it just doesn't make sense. Then Yadier Molina, he's just a good contact guy. He doesn't strike out much, and he hits higher in the batting order than most catchers, so I think that makes him a little bit more of a safer play. And the pitcher's going against Peralta as a really high fly ball guy, so always have a chance of home run there. Then Omar Narvaez at 2,900. He is a little bit higher in the order. I know he's predicted at 6 right now, so I wouldn't mind that at all at 2,900, and he gets a nice lefty versus righty matchup. So I think that's the way to go, especially in cash, because it lets us get some really nice bets. And then at first base, Justin Bourne. I know he kind of burned us yesterday, but going to go right back to the well here. He's going to go against an extreme fly ball pitcher and gives up tons of power. So I think Justin Bourne is an excellent play, especially at 3,600. And then Will Myers, 4,800. He hit a home run yesterday. And Holland's an even worse pitcher than Bumgarner by far. And he has extremely bad splits versus right-handed hitters. And the Padres have a ton of right-handed hitters, power bats, so I don't mind using him at all. Holland just is an extreme fly ball rate, and he gives up tons of home runs. And then Paul Goldschmidt, 4,900. I like the matchup versus a low ground ball and high fly ball pitcher. As I said, Peralta just gives up a ton of fly balls, so I wouldn't be surprised if Goldschmidt went yard. Then Ian Kinsler, his price really went up, but it's for a good reason going against Holland. I already mentioned him before. He's going to be leading off, and I just want to attack the Holland with all the righties I can. And Josh Harrison, he should be leading off. It's nothing flashy, though, but I just like the lead off for Detroit. And then Gurriel, 3,700. He hits around 4 or 5. Should be around 5. And then I just like their Vegas total. It's one of the highest Vegas totals for the offense, and he's got some pop, so wouldn't mind if he went there. Then at third base, Manny Machado. He's an awesome play today. I really love him. I'd really try to get him in your lineups, just especially, I said, versus Derek Holland, righties, and high fly ball rate. Machado can actually smash lefties. And Carpenter, 4,500. Peralta is terrible versus lefties, like really bad versus lefties. He has some extreme splits there. And as I said, he gives up tons of power, so I wouldn't be surprised if Matt Carpenter went deep. Then Brandon Drury, he's going to be popular because he's 2,900, and he should be leading off for Toronto, and they got the high Vegas total, so I expect him to be popular, but he's just not very good. But I wouldn't have a problem if you used him. Then we have Xander Bogaerts. Shortstop's pretty ugly today. There's not really much people I liked. But he's 4,300. Red Sox have the highest total, so I don't mind Bogaerts to get exposure to this offense. Gets a nice righty versus lefty matchup. Then we have Simmons at 3,800, just another piece of the Angels offense I want versus Estrada. He gives up a lot of homers and fly balls, so don't mind if you use Simmons. And then Chris Taylor, he should be leading off, and I just realized I misspelled Taylor. It says Taylor, so sorry. But he's 3,800 and gets the righty versus lefty matchup. I know Robbie Ray's a good pitcher, though, so. Then the high-priced outfield, it's going to be Mike Trout again. I know he only got 5 points yesterday, so it kind of burns you. But I think he's in an even better spot today versus Estrada. As I said, I already told you about Estrada. So, and Trout absolutely smashes right-hand pitching, so I think it's an even better matchup today. Then Mookie Betts 5,500. I guess he could be a nice pivot off of Trout if you can't play both. He absolutely smashes left-handed pitching. He's got 368 ISO versus them, so I have no problem going with Mookie Betts, and they have that high Vegas total. And the same exact thing with JD Martinez. He's 5,100, and just like Betts, he's another lefty smasher. Then the mid-range outfield, we have Randall Grichuk and Teoscar Hernandez. They're on the same team, the Blue Jays, and they just have a ton of power versus lefties, so I wouldn't mind using them. Then we have Franmil Reyes, 4,200, and he's just another power right-handed bat versus Holland. And he should be hitting cleanup, so that's not bad. Then the value outfield, we have Robbie Grossman, 3,500. He should be leading off and gets the lefty versus righty matchup versus Harvey because he's a switch hitter, so he's going to hit from the left side. And Harvey just absolutely gives it up to lefties. The splits are pretty good for left-handed bats against him. Then Cole Calhoun, again, should be leading off and just really like attacking Estrada, 3,700. And Michael Brantley, one of my favorite players when he was on the Indians. Still like him though. He's just a good contact guy. He doesn't strike out at all, so great for cash games, 3,500. Morton can really struggle with the lefties, and I think Brantley's in a really good spot. And he had a home run yesterday. So. Then we're going to go to the example lineup, and again, it's just an example lineup, so I haven't done much research on it, but well, I did do research on it, but I haven't put much thought into it. Just I put together really quick off the cheat sheet. There's a couple players that aren't on the cheat sheet in it, but I do like them as well. I only list my top 3 at each thing. I try to get an expensive guy, mid-range guy, and a value guy in the cheat sheet players. But I do like other players, so if you have any questions about other players, you can comment below and I'll let you know. But anyway, into the example lineup, you have Marquez. I like the savings off of Cole. Let's just get some other bats in, and I think they have just about the same upside. Then Lucchesi, 7,900. Just an excellent matchup going against San Fran. Expect him to be really popular. Narvaez at 2,900. Bohr, Kinsler, Machado, Dejong. I never know how to say his name. It's either I think it's Dejong. And then Trout, Davis, Chris Davis that is, and Cole Calhoun. And that gives us right at 50,000. And the weather's perfectly fine today. Nothing to worry about. And the top stacks are going to be the Angels, the Red Sox, the Blue Jays, and the Padres righties. And right above me, we have the Vegas sheet of the over-unders and the games. So anyway, that's it for the video. As I said, NASCAR is coming up very soon. If you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate that. And good luck today.